Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Build a Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's part 44 today, and this is just about the biggest game we're going to have in this series. I know we said the last two times it's been the biggest so far, but I don't know if we'll ever top this. Bangor City head to Borussia Monchengladbach, and at Borussia Park we will be facing the German Giants in the quarter final of the Europa Conference. From 2 years ago, not even been able to win the domestic league, to this, in the first season where we've even reached the European group stages, has been absolutely unbelievable. So if you're looking forward to it, a big two-legged tie against the Germans, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from two long-term stories. We had a new club in the head coach just a couple of days ago, so please do go and check that out in the eye above. And a massive thank you for your support with all of the series and all of the playlists. It really is greatly appreciated. You can see TNS are making a pig's ear of finishing second after we said they were finally coming to the party. So we've got to keep an eye on that as well. But fingers crossed there's some positive news round the corner. Even though we're going to be struggling in this tie, I'd imagine it will affect our confidence. Our final game of the season next time out will be a Welsh Cup final. So we've got a chance to wrap up a domestic treble. And with this European run as well, it is a mesmerising season. So let's go and get into the first game. It's Borussia Monchengladbach v Bangor City. You can see we're in good form recently. Following the Utrecht tie, we won 3-0 against Connors Quay. Dean and Duffy with the 3 goals across the first 20 minutes. A 6-0 win against Carmarthen. 5 for Joe Duffy, 4 of which were in the first half an hour. And 1 for Max Dean before the break as well. Before the Welsh Cup semi-final ended with a 1-0 victory. And Joe Duffy was the superstar again. So we head into this quarter-final in our usual good form. The dynamics are looking good. We've of course got a youth intake as well, which hasn't been particularly great. A few players not good enough at all. And then 1 or 2 that have been signed up. But they're not going to be breaking the first team squad in future. We've got Martin Tranter, who's got 3-star potential, but a poor personality, a striker who can't finish, who can't run, who isn't strong. I know he's only 15 and he's 6'3". He might become something else. But for now, I'm not hugely excited by him. And the other one is Arwin Baker. Not as much ability at the moment at 15, but again 3-star potential. He's quick, he's young, he's a winger, he's aggressive and he can cross the ball. So hopefully, long term, he might be decent. But for our tactic and for our team, not good enough. It's whether we can help build the nation by getting these guys into some of the other clubs. That's going to be the big question. But to help that, the coefficient is everything. The European run is everything and our reputation is important. So as we go to face Borussia Monchengladbach today, 40,000 in the stadium. I don't know how the ticket allocation is shared. Because if we get anywhere near half of that, even if we get 10% of it, it's going to make some impact on our finances. We've gone as strong as we possibly can in the circumstances. So we've got Gregors at Brett in goal, Bolton and Hank in the fullbacks with Toll and Badebo at centre-half, Benson, Taylor, Cannell and Cottrell, the midfield 4 across the diamond, and then Dean and Duffy up front. Nearly 80 goals between them now, and Duffy's closing in on Dean's record of 40 goals in a season. Both of the backup strikers on the bench have over 20 themselves, so you can see we're doing alright for goals at the moment. We've just got to work on improving that backline next season. If we can do that, I think the sky's the limit in this competition. So let's go and get into it. Ian Brooks misses out on the bench. He's got a slight knock. But it is Borussia Monchengladbach, our former club from the head coach in FM20, against our Builder Nation side, Bangor City. Who's going to come out on top? I think we know the answer. But let me know down below how many you think we're going to lose by. Fingers crossed, a pleasant surprise, and a closer game than we're expecting. Here we go then. We had a bit of a look at the Gladbach squad last time out. Casteels in goal, Belgian international. Matthias Ginter, German international centre-half. Swiss international left-back. A centre midfielder, Dennis Zakaria, top quality. Demir Bay, we know the quality he's got. Breel Embolo, played nearly 100 games for Switzerland, scoring 1 in 3. There's so much quality. Vrjalko's on the bench. Eunice is on the bench. Stefan Leiner, Christoph Kramer. What a side. I mean, if we can get anything or anything near a result out of this game, we've got to be pleased. I'm looking at this and thinking, if we lose by less than 5, I'm a happy man. We're going to drop to balanced, of course. We're going to try and cling on. And they've matched us up with a narrow formation as well. Cannell's got a free kick. We can't afford to waste those chances. We certainly can't afford to give possession back like that. As Embolo flicks the long kick on, Bolton hoofs away. Only falls into midfield though. They're playing that 4-3-1-2, so they've almost matched us up, but a bit more aggressive. And they get in behind here, so Brett comes and claims. And what a start it's been. 2 minutes on the clock, we've wasted a free kick, and Zabret's already been to work. And he's put a long kick downfield. Oh, the defender's missed it. Max Dean has a chance here. This is the moment. Max Dean's shot saved. I thought we were going to have the San Marino England moment there. Just after a couple of minutes. And unfortunately, the keeper makes the save. But first shot on target to Bangor City. Who expected that? As Toll gives the ball away in his own half. Toure over the top. Into the box they go. And Bolo's in the middle. And with 8 on the clock, the dream is over. A very avoidable goal. Toll gives the ball away. He's been poor since coming in. And we trail 1-0. Borussia Monchengladbach lead. And this could now become a very long night. I've got to say, we've got another 10 minutes without a highlight. And I think that's all we can ask for on nights like this. Zakaria finds Benez in the middle. Out to the right to Toure, who's got acres of space. I don't know where Jack Bolton's gone. It's completely missing. And it falls out to the striker on the edge of the box. Into Toure. There's 2-0. And when your left back just decides to stand in the middle of the box, you're always going to have trouble. 2-0 to Gladbach, 20 on the clock. And this is definitely going to be the end of our European run. Now, having said that, we've made it all the way to half-time without another highlight. It looks like there's loads of Bangor fans there, which is great. But that's good at half-time. 2-0 down. We had a good chance to score ourselves. I'll certainly take that. Anything less than 5, 6 or 7 is an absolute dream for us. It's just whether the lads get tired in the last half an hour. They're chasing the ball a lot more than they're used to. So will they be able to cope? As Dean gets in behind on the right, he's beaten the challenge. An away goal perhaps. Oh my word, Max Dean has scored. Max Dean on the break away at Gladbach has made it Gladbach 2, Bangor City 1. Max Dean, what on earth do we say about this bloke? 41 goals for the season. And I tell you what, if you've got pace in behind and you can finish, you're a threat against anyone, although they've made it 3 straight away. It's the same front two combining, and Bolo knocks down the corner at the back stick. And Piencia, a lovely finish. Just a little back heel, almost like the Zola Norwich goal a couple of decades back. But a wonderful move, a wonderful goal. But we got an away goal, and I couldn't ask for any more. 3-1 we trail, 62 on the clock, and it's Badebo who's going to take a free kick. Not sure why the keeper's not taking that. Bolton loses out in the air, and now the offside line's going to be all over the place, and Bolo gets in. And Zabret makes a good save. Knocks it wide with his legs, I think. And it's a corner kick, which Demirbay will take. Left-footed in-swinger, header again. And that's another area they're too strong. We're very often the stronger side in the set-piece area. But now we've not got the height, we've not got the physicality. And Ginter makes it 4-1. And maybe those legs just are starting to run out. With 20 to go, we are going to make a couple of changes. And I think we've just got to be a little bit more pragmatic. So I'm going to bring on Daniel Williams for Cannell. He's struggling a bit with frustration. Toll's not had a good game at the back, but I've seen worse performances. So it's just what else we can do, really. I think up front, Duffy's been poor, so let's give Glatzel a go. He is German anyway, so hopefully a chance for him to do something special. We'll change Dean to the poacher, and we'll have Glatzel as the advance forward, which suits him better. And in terms of the rest, I'm going to bring Dexter Harness on for Cottrell, because I feel like Harness has got that quality in the attacking midfield position. He's really developing off the pitch, and hopefully will become a star. But with 15 to go, can we really complain at 4-1? If we don't concede another couple, it's all right. I think 5-1 or 5-0 was what I was expecting. So we'll see what happens now as Bolton gets it to Toll. Clears downfield. Dean brings it down. He puts in Glatzel. Can we get a second here? Glatzel inside to Harness. He's in 1-on-1. Dexter Harness has scored. Gladbach 4, Bangor City 2. 2 away goals. Unbelievable on the break. And I think that sort of proves our point. And the reason we like the sort of diamond like this, if you can get the number 10 and the 2 strikers playing in a fluent way on the break, you're a threat against any side. I know we're probably going to concede again here, particularly as they come down the right wing. But let's be honest, we would have taken 2 away goals at the start. And we'd have expected to have lost 5-0 as I said. So 6-2 is a better scoreline. As Line is challenged by Bolton. Still gets the cross in. But Benson wins the challenge. The Brett forces the follow-up save. Excellent work by the keeper. Back to Elvedi, the left back. Inside to Neuhaus. Time on the ball. Finds Marikin. And he's got a ball over on the right. They're keeping it well. They're a class above us. There's no doubt in that. And then Bolo has scored an absolute rocket. The goalkeeper possibly should have done better. But I don't think we can argue. We're going to drop our fullbacks to defensive duties. We're just going to try and be a bit more pragmatic. But let's be honest, we've got 2 away goals, and this is a day we are never going to forget. And with 5 to go, it's a corner kick for Gladbach. The lads don't deserve for this to get embarrassing. And we've got a free kick. Oh, Ginter's handballed it. On a yellow card, he's going to be off here. Matthias Ginter sent off. I mean, why on earth would he have handballed that? It's 5-2. They've won the game comfortably. They've won the tie for sure. And it ends 5-2 with Gladbach going down to 10 late on. A very good effort on the road. A couple of brilliant goals on the break. And we'll certainly praise the lads because that's better than I expected. So a good first leg performance. We've still got a glimmer of hope in a tie. But let's be honest, we won't beat Gladbach by 3. Let's go and face the new Saints off camera. We've not got to worry about that with the title wrapped up. And we'll be back next Thursday, probably at the racecourse I presume, as we're going to be hosting Gladbach in the second leg. A monumental occasion for Welsh football. So let's hope it's a day to remember. I'll see you in a minute. We're back for the second leg and big news ahead of it. We have been offered a new contract at Bangor City, so it looks like the Builder Nation continues, and our new owner this season has been a bit more friendly. He's given us a 2-year deal. So we've got a real chance to build our reputation now, to continue to build this Bangor side. If we have a look at the game off camera, it's a bit squeakier and closer than we'd have expected. A 1-0 win at home to TNS, Dexter Harness got the goal. We had injury problems, so we had to bring on 2 of the youth academy players. And unfortunately, it looked like we were going to be in trouble. But then, friend of the podcast and lovely bloke Keston Davis got himself sent off, still obviously being nice to us. And that meant we were able to see out the game pretty comfortably. So a 1-0 win in the end, a good result for us. And in terms of the league attendances, we're nearly getting 1,000 in now. So we are starting to make progress in that sense. But I'd love to see what the attendance at the racecourse is today, because we are facing Gladbach and it is going to be a massive occasion. A fantastic opportunity for us, a brilliant chance, and although we're 3 goals behind, we'd fancy ourselves to at least put up a fight. So we're going to go and change the 11 because we were full reserves at the weekend. We'll be back in a moment to run us through the team. Well, I've gone a little bit bold today in certain areas. Brooks just back to fitness, he's going to come in, and as is even press for Owen Toll. He's just not really performing. He's not settling in as quickly as we'd like. He's not as familiar with the tactic as we'd like. So even press the reliable old hand back in. And we're going with it for the same tactic, but just the 2 changes from the first leg. Press in for Toll, Brooks in for Cannell. And let's get into it. 5-2 the deficit, 10,500 expected at the racecourse. Full sellout for the seated capacity. So let's go and see how we do. Can we put up a respectable fight? Or is the second leg going to be a bridge too far? Let's go and see. Not far off the same side that they played in the first leg. There's a few tactical changes. They're definitely not lining up the same. They've dropped one of their strikers and Thomas Thakon has come in. So he's a face that didn't start in the first leg. Aside from that, I think it's just the 1 change at the back. So let's go and get into the second leg. There's no pressure on us. We'll tell the boys such. And with about half the team motivated and the rest composed, let's get through the tunnel interview and into the second leg. We're not expecting anything from this one results-wise, but I'd love to keep it respectable. I'd love to lose by less than 2 or 3, especially at home. I know it's not our home ground, but we've made the racecourse a fortress in Europe, and Marrakin edged just over from a corner. 4 minutes gone, 0-0 at the moment, and this is probably the best occasion we're going to get for many a year. So let's make the most of it. And it's a throw on the left-hand side for Bolton. Early on, coming down the left again. Duffy playing a 1-2. And Bolton goes back inside to Brooks. He's running down the wing, but it's given away. Just under hit by the lone midfielder. And Bolo knocks it back to Demirbay. And Breland Bolo's in. Must score here with his quality. He sends the keeper the wrong way. It's a fantastic finish. And it's 1-0 to Gladbach on the night. 6-2 on aggregate. An incisive breakaway. And they sort of did what we did for our 2 goals in the first leg. And that's what the sign of a good side is. They've adapted, they've changed tactic, they've kept 2 high wingers up with a centre forward, and they look threatening on the break as the ball's headed away by even press. Max Dean should get there, flicks on for Duffy, Dean's running off him again here, and Max Dean's got himself in. Can we equalise? It's a good save by Castiles, Liner hacks it clear, and Hankin picks it up on halfway. Brilliant for one of our own youth academy prospects to be playing in this match. I don't think he'll be good enough longer term, but even if we can keep him as a backup for the domestic league, it'd be a brilliant sign for us, as Duffy tries to release Dean again. This one not quite directed perfectly, and as a result, Castiles, under pressure from the number 10 Cottrell, gives it away to Brooks, up towards Dean. Schmid heads away and Thakon will bring it away. Good play from the away side, they look very threatening, And when they're coming down on a break like this, they take their time and then they just change the tempo. As Thakon's going to look for the through ball, is he? There it is. Press does well though. Finds Brooks. Cottrell to Benson. Brooks again over the centre circle. Up to Duffy, to Cottrell. Puts Duffy in. He's 1-on-1. Joe Duffy scored. Joe Duffy gets his goal at home to Borussia Monchengladbach. And it is Bangor City who have levelled things up. What a fantastic moment for the home fans. Nearly 10,000 here cheering us on. And they've got to be so proud of what they're watching. As the through ball's up to Zabret, he's got time on the ball now. Oh, I'd love it. I know we probably won't. And I know we'll probably fade away like we did in the first leg. But if we could nick a result at home, I know we'll lose on aggregate, but if we could get a draw at home, what a result. As Norhouse picks it up in the middle. Wide to Marikin on the right. He's got an overlap, instead releases Mbolo, and Zabret makes a brilliant save again. Had a very good first half here. It's gone wrong before when he's done that. We saw the Utrecht game last time out. But let's hope we can keep our fingers crossed and the ball out of our net with 5 minutes to the break. As Benes gets it wide to Elverdi. The international fullback with a brilliant cross. And Badebo with a pretty stunning block in truth. And Bolo tries to guide it towards the corner. And it's fantastic defending by the key centre-half. As Demirbay puts it in. Taylor heads away. Can we break now? I don't think so. Thakon's got there first. And this is the problem now. We can't even get out. It's back to Neuhaus. He gets it into Benes, out to the left-hand side to Elverdi. But the highlight peters out, and we're back with Badebo, who's got a free kick on halfway. Brooks finds Cottrell. Duffy's in again here. Joe Duffy scored again. It's 2-1 to Bangor City. Is this tie on? And even if not, can we win the home leg? Let me just repeat that for you, as we're 1 minute from the break. Bangor City 2. Borussia Monchengladbach 1. We've seen the quality of their side. This is nothing about, are there greyed out players? Are there players who are perhaps not at their best, who are past their peak? This is a team of peak players earning 100 grand a week, fighting it in the Bundesliga, who are all brilliant international names. And at half time, our little Bangor City side are beating them by 2-1. I don't think it will last. I think the fatigue will set in. But we can enjoy this 10 minutes while we have it. As Dean tries to get on the end of a long clearance. Gets on the headed clearance instead. And it's back into Benson, who hoofs downfield. Just over here, and Liner will recycle. Duffy's closing him. He's working very hard. But it's back into Benes. And now Marikin. Now I do appreciate that these guys will be playing in the Bundesliga. They can't rest a full 11 like we could against TNS. But surely this has still got to be a positive sign. As the long ball's to Dean, finds Cottrell. Duffy's in again, he's on a hat-trick. Oh my word. Joe Duffy has scored his 40th of the season. It is 3-1 to Bangor City. And if we score one more, we're going through on away goals. What on earth is happening? Bangor City 3, Gladbach 1. Someone please explain this to me. Our expected goals is nearly 2.5. We've had twice the shots on target, almost the same shots. And our assistant's telling us to take our best centre-half off because he's 1 yellow from a suspension. Do you really think I care about that? It's 3-1 though. Marikin's in here. Good ball to Pacencia. And the sub-centre-forward has made the difference. That's probably dream over. But the fact we're 3-2 up with 64 gone, I don't think you can ever take that away from us. We're going to go and make some changes in a moment. Just get some fresh legs on. And it looks like Gladbach have got a good chance beforehand. There's an unmarked man in the middle. As Sakon takes the free kick and Bolo's there. Good block by Hankin. Out to Chacon again. Chance to get the cross in from the right side of the box. Still a little bit narrow and lots of pressure on him. And he goes back to Liner. To Benes. Chance to cross. Look at the pressure. Excellent work from these boys. Taylor nicks it. Cottrell finds Dean. Can we get another goal on the break? Max Dean on the right hand side. 2 or 3 up in support in the middle. But the cross is blocked out for a corner. We're going to go and make some changes, but what an effort this is. I'm going to replace Brooks with Cannell. I'm going to replace Taylor with Williams. And I think the last one, I don't want to take Max Dean off, do I? Joe Duffy's been fantastic. We'll leave him in position. Press hasn't been good. Do we replace him with Toll? I think we do. Back to our first choice defensive forward as we've got a corner. Cottrell finds Badebo unmarked. Probably not the man we wanted that to fall to. And he lashes at it. It goes miles wide of the post. But this has been some performance. We've deserved our lead. The expected goals is excellent. The shots on target is better. Yes, we've not had possession, but that's not the way we're playing this game. We've taken the game to them, and we've given them a fright of their lives. It's 3-2 to Bangor City with 1 minute left to go. And although we're going to lose this tie on aggregate, can we hold on the night? as Elvedi gets it back to Benes. He cuts inside to Elvedi again. Time on the ball, Williams nicks it. Can we get a fourth? Up towards Dean, but it's challenged by Schmid. And it's headed away by Hankin. It's going to be Nauhaus who picks it up in the middle to Benes. Dean's nicked it off Schmid. He's in 1-on-1. Can he make it 4? Max Dean rounds the keeper. And with 1 minute plus stoppage time to go, one more goal takes us to extra time. It is Bangor City 4, Borussia Monchengladbach 2. 6-7 on aggregate. Okay, we've just gone out. But that is the best performance over 90 minutes we have ever had in this save and probably ever will. What a ridiculous effort. You've seen that Gladbach side. How on earth are we beating those 4-2 with a team of players on 750 quid a week or less? I don't get it. An absolutely exceptional European run. It does come to an end though. Joe Morrell, the current Luton man, has just scored for Anderlecht in their win against Dundee United, our live stream side. And Glenn Kamara, the former Rangers man for Feyenoord. But Bangor City 4, Gladbach 2 on the night. 7-6 we fall on aggregate. But that's got to be the best run we'll ever have in Europe. Nearly £500,000 for playing in the quarter-finals. I'm sure much more in terms of gate receipts as well. The bank balance passes 5 million. And Joe Duffy with a hat-trick against Gladbach. I've got to worry, is that going to get interest from England in the summer? Because if I were a Championship or a League One club watching, I'd be looking at him at 21 with potential to grow into. And I'd be thinking, he's someone I might want to take a punt on. Certainly not afraid of the big games, is he? Having said that, our brilliant European run does come to an end. I just want to go and quickly see if the coefficient's going to change from that. I don't know if we won't find out till the end of the season perhaps. So let's have a look at Nation Club coefficients and just see if what we've done so far this season is already on there or not. So Welsh League down here. So it sort of looks like it. Maybe the quarter final hasn't ticked over yet. But 5.750, I'm not sure how it's less than last year because we weren't in the group stages, were we? So I don't really understand that. In fact, we didn't win the league. No one got through that far. So that's a little bit bizarre. But given the fact that we're playing the last year from prior to the start of this save now, where the coefficient was 1, we're going to jump up to 11, which is taking us up to sort of Finland's level. And that's the jump we need. We need to get up to them sort of mid-20s with the medium nations. And then we can really start to build this nation. Get the teams later in the qualifying stages. Get them better draws. And hopefully with Carmarthen's success, with TNS doing well as well, we'll be able to do that in the coming years. A fantastic effort. I'm delighted with the boys. But we've got one more game to focus on this year. We've got 2 league games to get through off camera. And we will be back to finish off with a chance at a domestic treble. Haverfordwest the opponents in the Welsh Cup final. The first side that stopped us getting a victory this season in the league. And one of the only ones I'm really scared about facing. So that will be the next episode. But if you did enjoy this one, that incredible European run, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know how on earth we beat Gladbach in that home leg. I know we lost out on aggregate. But you've seen the side. They're all on 100 grand a week. They're all world-class players. How are we beating those teams? It must be some tactical setup or some ruthless counter-attack we've got. I just can't quite explain it, but a stunning effort nonetheless. If you want to stay up to date and see if we can continue our European adventure next year, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases from 2 long-term stories, a new club in the head coach just a couple of episodes back, and you can catch up with that in the eye above, as well as links to the live stream series with Dundee United and the podcast channel as well. Loads of football content over there too, so hopefully plenty to keep you entertained. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always, and I'll see you next time for the Welsh Cup final.